Welcome back to the Honest Sooners podcast. I'm Zach.
I'm Craig.
And we are back with we're going to come together and see what worst possible picks we can make this week since we're on a roll of what not to choose. But before we get into that, anything happen with your week?
I'm extremely tired today.
Why is that?
It's just been a frustrating week.
It's been a frustrating week for you? My car was stolen.
I know. It's just been a week from hell. So we got one more day left too.
Yes, I woke up on Monday morning to my wife asked me to walk her outside because our car doors were open. To me walking outside and telling her she didn't even have a car out there. We did find it across the street.
And this makes your second time.
Yeah, second time our car's been broken into.
And what do we keep doing?
Well, now we have a whole security system. Cameras and all. So, thieves, if you're watching this, I will catch you this time. And we also have upgraded weaponry, upgraded guns.
And thieves, if you want to know how to really get more stuff from, just give me a buzz and we can work something out.
What are you trying to get from my house?
I don't know. You guys seem to leave your valuable possessions unlocked and...
Not me. My car was locked when they broke into my car. That didn't seem to stop them. So, for all the people that say, well, you should lock your car doors, well, first time my car door was locked, so...
They probably looked underneath the engine, saw an oil leak, and they decided to leave your car
alone. No, that's fixed now.
Oh.
Oil leak fixed. All right.
So, how was your week?
My car got stolen.
Besides, the car got stolen on what, Monday?
Monday morning.
I sat over there today in your house for 3 hours.
3 hours? You were gone by noon.
I was there at 9:30.
You were not there at 9:30.
I was there at 9:30.
You were not there at 9:30.
Yes, I was. I walked in your door at 9:30.
I called you.
I was there at 9. You called me at 10.
Hold on.
Or right before 10.
You said, there? I'm here.
Yep, I've been there.
And I just got this. So, here it is. I'm here. That time is 9:54 a.m. that you said you're at my house.
But I was there before
that. I said call me when you can at 9:16, and you were not there.
Doesn't mean I didn't show up at 9:30.
I don't believe you.
Well, you should, because you should know your dad for 28 years you've been alive.
You're on time. Oh, I forgot to take the tack off my hat. How embarrassing.
Well, you got your little headphone deals jacked up.
Yeah, Thea broke my headphones, so...
Oh, here we go. Blame my granddaughter.
She did.
For that.
She set the seat down, and she had knocked my headphones over, and they broke.
So I know you've been waiting for this podcast, but I think we're going to start with OU.
Yeah, let me get my notes out. We're going to let you sit on it for a second.
That's fine.
What you think? Let's go.
It still is not as bad as yours.
Beg to differ. Two of them. You had 2 of them in 1 week. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, you did. We'll get to that. All right, Sooners football. Since this is your first game that you got to watch, I did the whole breakdown last week. I think you should give me a breakdown on. Let's see. I want to hear your defensive opinion.
Defensive wise, let me just start from the start of the OU deal. Because this combines with offense and defense together. I was very, very, very disappointed. And I really didn't think I'd see it for sure in the second game of a Coach Venables team be as flat and did not want to play football as they came out. I was very disappointed.
I really only saw it on the offensive end.
Honestly, their second game of the season. I never would have dreamed, as fired up as they've been, they came out just flat as a pancake. I mean, just flat. I mean, did not look like they wanted to play at all, both sides, in my
I mean,
opinion.
they still only
More of
held
the
them to 3
offense,
points though.
yes. Yeah, but I mean, more of the offense, yes. But they gave up a lot of first downs and poor
But they
tackling,
made the
and
stops when they're supposed to. So you kind of agree with my
it's it's
bend
just
don't break defensive take.
yes, I did see a little bit of that
Where
for
you're
what you were
where you're giving a
describing.
little cushion and
But I was just more concerned of just the overall attitude of that team that honestly did not expect. Like I said in the second season or second game under Venables, that we were all just and the crowd was dead. In my opinion, it was hot again. So I just felt like the whole atmosphere, the whole first half, everything was just, I mean, pathetic. And so I'll get to the defensive side. Yes, your bend don't break style, I noticed, but I did notice some poor tackling, and we got lucky on a few deep balls that were overthrown because there was that one that was wide open that one time. We all took a breath and was like, I think we noticed that there was some blown coverage or somebody ran into each other or something. We looked up to see what happened. Um, but offensive, not impressed at all, dude.
are we just are we
I'm
talking about the
work.
first half or the whole game?
I'm just talking about the whole overall game. I wasn't impressed with our offense. I'm not impressed with Gabriel. I'm not impressed with our running backs, Theo and is that no? Sorry, Mims. Yes, he looked good. Offensive line, I didn't think blocked with the crap on the runs, especially. Um, I was highly disappointed in the whole just outcome. Did they come out in the second half? Sure, they did. I mean, they had a good turnover there, and I just, I'm being honest as I can be. I still am sticking to my guns. At least 2 losses for this team, and first one could come this Saturday.
See, I actually am more positive with the team because of the night and day difference we saw in the first and second half. And it made me think, because there's such a big difference of the two, that sorry, I'm so distracted right now because the dog is going crazy. I'm gonna let him out of the bedroom here. 1 second.
Here we go again with the Zach with the dogs. It's probably his favorite name, Lincoln. I don't know why he hasn't changed that name yet. It's probably why he still gets on his nerves.
What are you talking about?
I said, it's probably Lincoln. I don't know why you haven't changed that dog's name
It
yet.
was
And
Lincoln.
that's the dog that was getting on your nerves. And anyways, I
Okay,
don't
but let me
understand
go
what.
back to it. Okay, so I think that OU is still a very, very good team. Can they lose 2 games? They very well could. But I looked at you at the end of the half and I said, we're still going to cover. And you're like, there's no way, based off that first half. It just felt very, very stubborn of the play calling. You know, it was run, 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 run. And then he opened up the playbook and it was, I mean, a huge difference. It wasn't even close. It looked like 2 different teams. It kind of looked like that first half was a scrimmage, and this is what I hope. Okay, I hope I'm right on this. The first half looked like a scrimmage where we're just gonna force this just to get our guys some practice. We don't care that the score's not getting away from us. You know, I think they probably open up the playbook a little bit faster if they went down, 10-0. I think the playbook opens up immediately. But I mean, that first right before that first half where we started throwing it, I mean, to Mims, that same play over and over again. You remember I looked at you and I was like, they need to run that play again and fake it and go deep. And sure enough, they did it. And then we never looked back. I mean, we never were stopped after that. And it wasn't close. It was the run opened up after we started passing more. It just seemed forced. It seemed purposefully like or it felt like it was on purpose to be forced. Because
Well,
I don't think a play caller in his degree of play calling would force that run like that without a purpose. If it's anyone else, if we're playing anyone else, I don't think that we stick to that. Now, my only concerning part of that is how we're not able to run the ball against Kent State.
that's what I was going to say. It's got to be a huge concern because we weren't able to run at all.
Huge concern, but we were able to run after we opened up the playbook and started throwing the ball. So
a little bit.
So I'm not really that worried.
I am because, like I said, we were just talking last week about the first game. They came out and really act like a team. This is, Lincoln not coaching anymore because we always said the first 2 or 3 games he's vanilla and blah, 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 and how great they looked on the first game. And then I was expecting to see this team come out and just start smoking from the get-go, and I'm not. From what I saw throughout the whole game, I'm not impressed. I went home and even thought about it, that I was hoping for a lot more. Yes, I'm hoping you're right about us being vanilla because we were very vanilla but it concerns me because I don't think Gray is as good as I thought he would be. Majors looked okay, but we're supposed to have some talented backs that we recruited that's a freshman or whatever.
Javante Barnes will probably be moving up the chain pretty soon, getting more carries. And then Gavin Shawneck or whatever his name is, he didn't come until the fall. So, that was 2 top 5 running backs, and one of them didn't get on campus until the fall. So,
and we have that offensive lineman supposedly might be back.
Yeah, and Key Lawrence Saturday. Is also not. I didn't know that, but Key Lawrence is also not playing last week. He was hurt.
So,
but he did say, Coach Venables did say this is going to be the healthiest we've been in a while with everyone back. So,
and I'm saying it right now. If that is true, Saturday shouldn't be close.
I don't think it's going to be.
I do. I'm telling you. Vegas knows something, and the line keeps going down. It's down
that's because people
now.
are betting on Nebraska to cover because their coach has been fired and they have nothing to lose.
I think it's a huge deal.
Huge deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. They literally, how can you say it's a big deal? They just lost to somebody that's worse than Kent State. Kent State went to a bowl game last year. I doubt Georgia Southern went to a bowl game last year. So we're playing somebody worse than Georgia State or Georgia Southern. Literally scored 45 points on them.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to score the ball.
If we're the healthiest we've been, and you think we're vanilla, this game should not be close. You should be having going to the bank right now, get your father-in-law or whoever, and take a second mortgage loan out of your house and go put it all in Vegas. If you think, honestly, that's what's going to happen.
I think they cover easily. No brainer.
I hope you're right.
It's a no-brainer.
Okay.
It's an easy no-brainer.
I hope so.
You're thinking of the Nebraska teams from the early 2000s. If this was a Lincoln Riley coach team, I would agree with you. But
no, I'm not thinking of the Nebraska 2000s at all. I'm looking at what I saw Saturday. I was not impressed.
I get that you're not
impressed.
I get that you're not impressed, but what impresses you about Nebraska that they're going to be able to do something that Kent State or UTEP couldn't do?
It's a rival game.
To who?
It's always been a rival game. To OU and Nebraska. It's always been.
To the players on the field?
And the fans.
I'm talking about the people that matter. The players on the field? It's a rival?
It's a rival.
These kids on that team have never seen an OU Nebraska game.
They played last year, dude.
You know what I mean. A rival OU Nebraska game. They've heard stories of it, but they've never watched one. They didn't know what it was like back then.
Then why does Venables keep bringing it up?
Because it mattered to him. Because
his players too. But he's bringing it up to his players. saying this is a rival game. These players have even come out and said this is a rival
Yes,
game.
okay. It's
So,
because that's what the
so
fans have told them. But I'm just telling you, this is not an OU Texas to them. This isn't an OU OSU to them. This is a Nebraska team that is.
if our players have your attitude, we get beat.
I don't think so. This is. I'm not saying they shouldn't
If
treat it like
I
Georgia Southern.
just
I'm just saying.
I just said if our players have your attitude, we
I'm
get beat. If they think this is just a Georgia Southern or another Kent State game or no big deal, this is just OU Nebraska. They're not a rival. It's just another road game. No big deal.
Here's
They
something
get
better
beat.
for you. I would be more worried about Kansas right now than I would be Nebraska.
Dude,
Nebraska.
what
What are you smoking? Nebraska's on the ropes. They're not. They're not on the ropes. They've been knocked out of the ring. They're in the stretcher on their way back to the.
did you steal some of the stuff that people get in my car with and smoke
No,
it?
I'm just telling you.
Because
I'm just
oh my
telling you.
gosh. And that's reason number two. If our players think that same way, they get
Well,
beat.
I'm not a player, so I'm just a guy that.
And I feel sorry for my daughter-in-law and my little granddaughter because if OU gets beat Saturday, your mood is going to be pretty bad.
If OU loses Saturday, I will. What do you want? What do you? What do you want? I will. I will. I will.
Go ahead and give me your score then. How much do they win?
45-14.
Okay. How many points has Nebraska scored against the other teams? They scored 40 something against Georgia Southern, right?
This is the best defense they've faced.
Dude, you're so high on our defense.
I'm not. I'm just. You're not saying they're not better than Georgia Southern or Northwestern.
I don't know. I haven't seen them play. I was not. I honestly am very disappointed with what I saw today. I've been holding it in, not telling you because I wanted to save it for this show.
What standard?
Dude, they missed tons of tackles again.
Standard?
And
what standard are you putting them against? Should I pull up the turnover rate, the touchdown?
Let me
what they played.
Let me put it this way: the defense last year looked a lot better than this year.
Wow,
so far.
That's crazy because the defense last year was 5 points away from losing against Tulane in the first game. So
I know, but that was offensive wise, not defense. Defense did their job. They only gave up 20 points.
3 points. They've given up 13 points They've only given up one touchdown this whole year.
Dude, telling you.
Give me a second. Let me. You're killing me right now. There's no way that you possibly believe this.
I do believe it because I saw it with my own eyes, man. I was disappointed.
You're disappointed because you wanted them.
The way they
played. You
wanted
them to look like a national championship ready football team.
No, I wanted to. That game should not have been close at all. It was, dude. We kept looking at each other and was like, come on, this is ridiculous.
I was never worried. I told you that they would cover in the second half.
You said that right after we scored a touchdown.
No, I said that before.
And then they went, and then
I said
the
we're still
halftime,
going to cover.
Like, oh, we're going to cover now. So
let me find the little stat for you.
Dude, it doesn't matter on stats right now. It's 2 games in. I'm just telling you how I feel. I was not impressed with them. You and your Uncle Tommy can take your houses and sell your daughters and sell your wives and do whatever you want to do and take it to Vegas.
They're number 1 in tackles for loss, number 3 in total sacks, number 1 in they've number 1 in tackles for loss, number 3 in total sacks, and 1 TD allowed through 2 games. If this was last year's defense, they would have already let go of 35 points.
We'll see.
1 TD allowed through.
This Nebraska offense is 10 times better than the 2 teams we play. They are better,
but I still think it's 14, 18 points. I mean,
I hope you're right.
Casey Thompson is good. I'm not going to knock him down. He is good.
I hope we can kick back and we'll watch it and not have to worry.
I hope so too.
And keep cheering and then it'll change my attitude saying, okay, this is a good win. got my confidence back up a little bit. But right
I don't
now,
think
my
they're. I
confidence,
don't think that they're playoff ready or national championship
no,
ready.
they're not even close.
But
Not
I
even close.
truly believe we have not seen what this team is.
That I hope you're right. That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
hope I'm
saying.
right too.
I
That is
hope
a hope. It is a
I've only
hope.
I've only seen him one time. You've seen him twice. I've seen him once. I was just highly. I
And I,
just like I
I got to
said. I'm
admit,
going back
I
with
was
how.
disappointed in even in the first game, and I don't think I was disappointed. Our team is different, and our expectations, even though were lowered because this is Brent Venables, we caught on to the movement of Brent Venables and his defense and what we should expect. And I got to admit, even in the first game, it was that bend don't break defense. But with the talent level, I feel like we just keep getting better within the two games. I mean, the two games to me were getting better. I mean, Stutzman looks like an animal out there. I know he missed that one tackle that me and you were talking about, but then he stopped him on 4th and 1. What's his name? 14, isn't he 14?
Dude, I'm still trying to figure
The
out
guy
their
that's in
names.
the backfield all the time with like 4 sacks already on the year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
I know who you're talking
I mean, he
about,
looks
but
better. What's his head? Billy Bowman looks like a freaking totally different person than if there's a poster boy for Schmitty and Brent Venables on their defense, it is Billy Bowman. I mean, the guy looks.
yeah,
I mean, I don't understand how he went from what he looked like last year to what he
no,
is.
and he actually, I mean, he got burned once that I saw on that one play, but if there is an improvement I've seen on the defense, it was him. But I'm just hoping, like I said, I don't want to keep repeating ourselves because we do this a lot on this show. But that's my opinion. I was hoping to see a more fiery OU squad come out, and especially under their second game under Coach V. And it just highly disappointed me that we took the whole, well, I should say all the way until the third, into the third, to show what we had. Now, I know your Uncle Tommy and my brother, he texted and he made a good point. He said, and you have, that our offense may have been still vanilla.
I
I
don't think
get
the
that.
playbook was open. I hope that the
No,
playbook wasn't
I
open.
get that. And but that just drives me crazy too sometimes because sometimes you got to, say, okay, enough's
I
enough.
agree.
After the first
I mean,
quarter,
me and you were
enough's
looking at each
enough.
other and like, okay, when are we
I
going to do
mean,
something? We were looking at each
yeah,
other like,
that's what I'm
when are we?
saying.
This is getting ridiculous. Like, let's go and score. And then the second half happened, and I'm going.
Yeah, and the
I'm going to
whole,
change it on the lights in the stadium.
yeah, because the atmosphere just like turned to
Yeah,
180. I mean, that's what I was trying to explain to your mom. I was like, it was the most boring, sit on our hands first half that I was kind of shocked. Of course, it
it
was
was
hot, and I told her I was getting dizzy a little bit, blah blah blah. But I've never seen a stadium. Of course, I shouldn't say ever because last year's OU
yeah.
Texas was an
No, it was
incredible turnaround
insane.
too. But as far as home game, it was unbelievable. It was probably the most fun I've ever had at an OU home game that
It
second
was a lot of
half
fun, and it
because
was loud
it was just a
for
cool,
a Kent
awesome.
State game. It was. I mean,
Yeah, it was cool
yeah,
atmosphere. I mean, I had chills down my spine because they were some of the stuff they were doing different, and the crowd was getting back into it loud, like back in my days when OU played, and back before you were born when we had those season tickets. You know, and even 2000, you were still pretty young. 2000 when OU won the national championship. They would have that little freaking, what do you call that, crowd
oh
meter.
yeah,
They would have that in Norman to see how loud our crowd was getting, and I had that feel in that second half, especially for Kent State, because we were just telling Justin, because he was asking, I bet you this stadium rocks during a good team, and I said, you have no idea. I said this place can get
yeah.
crazy, and so the second half, he probably saw just a taste of it, but but yeah, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't think we're going to lose. I'm throwing that out there, but something's just telling me it's going to be, and I had it marked as one of my 2 losses or 3 losses, whatever I had started the season. If OU's going to lose, this is one of them. I had
Reggie
it marked
Grimes.
down.
I found it.
Yeah, Grimes. But I still have that feeling. I don't think, I'm not nervous that they're going to lose. I'll put it that way. But I just feel like it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think Nebraska does have a shot. I think it's a worst case scenario for us that they let him go before
Yeah, I do
this
agree.
game.
And they hired their first
But
African American coach in the history of the
so
school.
they're going to, if we can
the history
control
of the school,
the atmosphere,
of the head coach. Not we're talking basketball,
any
baseball,
any
football.
sport. Yeah. It's crazy, huh?
I think that's possible.
And good for him.
But they're going to rally behind him. He's a good coach.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you can sustain or hang in there that first quarter, if we can silent them on
we got to come out
a good decent drive and score a touchdown,
take the ball,
make them
go and score right away.
Make them have that negative feeling right off the bat again, and it'll may go downhill from there if that first quarter. So to me, the first quarter is going to tell it all.
The first time we get the ball,
if we can go down there and score, put that negative thought in their head again, I don't think it'll be close. And I think you're going to be right, though. You score, it could get out of hand.
But then again, I thought the last one would get out of hand too. But
I will say that that it was kind of cool. Jared's been there. Justin's never been to a game, which people that don't know this, Jared is my future son-in-law, and he brought his brother with him. It's always cool to see somebody go to their first game. And Jared's still, I think, in a way, learning the situation or situations on football, but he's more quiet than Justin was. Justin was asking questions throughout the whole game,
excited,
which I loved. He was
yelling. He was pumped. Get him. I was like, okay.
And they even, and I believe they even went out and got him a shirt for the game. So just stuff like that, I love seeing because I think it's cool when somebody goes for the very first time.
Never going to let him back.
Well, we told him, we kept telling him, because our theory, Zach and I's theories, is sometimes we'll give you a free ticket to go if you've never been. That's the key, guys. So don't call us and say you got a free ticket for me. We might still, but we always like taking somebody that's never been to a game
you ain't never
ever.
Back.
But if we lose, you're done.
You're never getting another ticket.
You're done. You're done. And so I used to have a coworker.
I've only seen one home game loss,
and it was him. We took him to his very first OU game, and he's from not Valenzuela, but
dang it, I forgot where he's from. The year where we went to and played Georgia in the Rose Bowl, and we lost to Iowa State.
Yeah, and we took him to his first game, and we lost, and we said literally, Samba, you are
never coming back.
You're done.
Get to come back with
You're
us.
never come back. And guess what? He never did get to come back. And so it's funny that first quarter, even my daughter texted us and said, Justin, or text Jared, I think, said, my dad's going to start yelling at Justin and blaming him. And sure enough, I think before I even read the text, I think Zach and I turned to him and said, you might be walking home, dude. And he's like, I got Uber on my phone. So we kept teasing him because we are dead serious. If we ever take you to a game and it's your first one and we lose, you're done. Don't even ask us to go again. So, but like I said, this is not for the show, but I thought it was really cool for him to witness something like that. I always love
it. Is fun. It makes you remember how much you actually love, like, and how blessed we are. And I know we pay the amount, that costs, but how blessed we are to be able to pay that amount and be able to go to the games
for over 28, 30 years. And like I said,
unfortunately, like where we've sat at in games, and we've had front row tickets to basketball games, football games. You kind of get immune to those. Like it took an OU Texas game last year where we came back to feel something that we haven't ever felt before, and then you bring somebody new to the game that's never been, and you're like, I remember that feeling of walking in here, and I still get those feelings when I walk in the stadium. The excitement and stuff like that, but I could see the excitement on his face, and
it was awesome.
So we kind of already went over all of OU and really Nebraska. And so let's talk about, since we didn't get to do a podcast on Monday because my car was stolen. Uh, let's talk about last week's football games. Have you ever seen a crazier first 2 weeks of football?
It was wild. It was really wild.
I mean,
I
Kansas beats
mean,
West Virginia. Pitt goes down. Yeah, Pitt lost, right?
it's
Yeah, they
just
lost. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They lost last
Texas
week.
almost beats Alabama. Texas looked scary good, to be honest. Uh,
Texas did look good,
and
and if they would have kept their quarterback, I think they would have won that game.
yeah,
So,
it's very possible.
but sorry, my hip is killing me. But they Texas, we didn't cover much of that game, but they did look really good. Their defense looked
They did. They
really,
looked scary
really
good.
good. So
So I
yeah,
want to start
so
something, and I didn't text this to you, so you may not be able to give me a great answer on it. If you had to choose one team that you would buy right now, that maybe the stock on it was low in the beginning, you probably wouldn't choose a Georgia because their stock is really high. But who's a team that you'd buy right now that if you sold later on in the season, you'd be making some money?
oh man, still pretty early in 2 games. I think USC is better than what we think they are.
I don't.
I know that's a tough
And
to take,
I came
but
prepared into this podcast to tell everyone that USC, you're going to have to get used to them winning games. We
yeah.
can't we
But I
can't
think
expect them to
I
lose
think
games. Their offense is good. Their
they're
offense is
good.
good.
Um, Caleb is looking really
It
good.
is, but they really haven't played anybody.
So if I had to pick between, I mean, I would
I
say
feel like their stock is
USC.
high though. I feel
Yeah, I
like
mean,
national broadcast wise, people are really high on them. Not in
they were
Oklahoma.
14th, 15th, 14th, 15th. I mean, Arkansas to me looks good. They were ranked pretty high too, though. But I mean, honestly, you take the tier 3 that we keep seeing Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. Ohio State still doesn't impress me. Notre Dame got beat.
Yeah, and
So,
they were close
I
into that
mean,
game. I think, yeah, that Notre Dame game does not look great anymore. But
so Ohio State doesn't look all that great. Alabama, honestly, I don't know if it's just because Texas is way better
did
than what we
Texas look
thought.
really good, or did Alabama just look bad?
Right. We kept saying that now, but they did have tons of penalties
Yeah,
and etc. But Alabama, to me, didn't look that great. Georgia looks really good. I think Georgia is the number 1 ranked team right
yeah,
now.
but they don't really play anybody.
But from there, I mean, I don't know. I would say USC. I would say Texas is better than what we
I'm
thought.
going with Miami.
I, I have a
That
tough one with
stock's
that
really
one.
low.
I don't.
Still, they're 2-0. They're going
Yeah,
to go
but
into Texas A&M
I.
and play them, and I guess we'll see then.
Yeah, that would be a good judgment game for them. So, but yeah, that's a great question. I mean,
So let's go into speaking of Texas A&M. Let's go into our worst take. Do you want the worst take for saying that there's no way that the Dallas Cowboys are going to lose on Sunday night, or do you want the worst take for Appalachian State beating Texas A&M? I'll let you choose which one you want.
how about I give you my favorite emoji?
No, I
Right?
just want to know which one you want.
No, how about I give you my favorite
Okay, I'll pick for
emoji?
you.
Just because you've been waiting to gloat over this since it happened, which is disgusting because you're a Dallas Cowboy
That might
fan.
be the
So
worst two picks I've ever seen picked at the same time in my life. If you went to the casino and you put a parlay down with those two teams and another one, if you would have went and put those three teams down, it's not even a parlay where you're waiting until the Sunday game for Dallas to disappoint you. It was over
that
before it started.
that would have been a good thing because I probably would have broken a TV in the
That's usually how
hotel
it goes,
room
though.
if it came to down
That's usually
Dallas.
how it goes with the parlays. It usually goes with the last team that plays
I
on Sunday
will
night.
I will make a statement on here right now. I don't think Austin listens to us, but he might. I will never bet on Texas A&M again. They are overrated once again, and I fell for that trap again for this year. And then, so yes, I picked them, and they're minus 19. They get beat it straight
So
up
if you're leaving,
at
if you're
Texas
listening to the
A&M.
comments, please let me know which pick was worse. Oregon over Georgia or
Minus
uh,
49, and Zach picked them
I did
straight
not pick them
up.
straight up. You go back and look. I said that they could possibly beat them, but I did not pick them straight
And
up.
they were underdogs by
They
how
were
many?
a 19-point
Seven.
underdog.
But you said they could win
But
straight
I
up,
said I picked them to cover.
and they lost by 49
Yes,
points.
they were supposed to lose that game, though.
Yeah, but they
You
did.
picked a team that was supposed to win, and they didn't win.
They got
You picked a
smoked.
team that was supposed to win, and they didn't win. And then you also picked another team who, I mean, if we're going by point differential, your team, your Dallas Cowboys lost by,
Was the
let's
underdog.
see,
They were the underdog.
yes, just like Oregon was. But they lost by, let's see, what was the score again? 19.
18 points, 19
So they
points, yeah.
lost 9 times more.
Not by
By nine
49.
times more. My team only lost by double than what they're supposed to. Your team lost by
They
9 times
lost.
more.
You picked them
I didn't pick them
straight
straight
up.
up.
You said they
Well,
can
I
win
said they
straight
could.
up.
They didn't.
They didn't come
You said Dallas
close.
could win. Was going to win straight up.
I honestly
They
thought
didn't
they
come
were,
close. They lost by
and
9 times more than what the point spread was.
they they looked disgustingly bad
The defense looked
again.
good.
And I was trying to make you smoke the Cowboys and drink their Kool-Aid
Yeah.
again. So I was doing my little sales
And you
pitch
got
on
me.
you.
And I went to bed
And
very sad and woke up the next day to my car being stolen.
I was, in all seriousness, yes, they were horrible picks, but Dak for sure is not the
Well, we've
answer
said
at
that for
all. I
years.
don't care.
And then we tried
We
to buy
have,
back
but
into it, and we're like, maybe it's not that bad.
no. Here's
And
the
then
situation, because I listen to a lot of the sports stuff on Sports Center and
I'm
Fox and stuff
sorry.
like that, because they were making excuses. Dallas is making excuses why. Well, they don't have the receiving core. Neither did Chicago Bears. They don't have the offensive line. Neither does the Bears. And all these teams figure out how to win. And Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, they came up with a great win. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have, their best defensive players hurt for 8 weeks now. But I have never seen a 7-year player. I think this is his 7th year, and all preseason saying how great of shape he's in, it's best he's ever been, and he looked like a first year rookie, first game
No, that's
rookie
the problem, though.
quarterback.
He's never looked like the first year we had him.
I mean, he's just after that first year, he's gone down. Yeah, that's a great point.
I
After that
wish
first year,
we
he's
had
gone
first year
downhill.
Dak. That would have been great.
Yeah, I mean, but I was so disgusted by some of that, and I'm thinking in my head, is CD overrated too? I mean,
I just covered. He's the only
a
wide
little
receiver.
bit.
I get that. I mean, he's the only guy out there. I mean, really, on their
But
side
to
of the
me,
coin.
if you're the only guy, you still should have more than 2 catches and more than 25 yards.
Yeah, but not when you're triple teamed.
You should.
The other people have never played a game before.
He had one drop, maybe two drops. One of them was pretty behind him, but he still should have had it, in my
I'm not going
opinion.
to talk bad about CD.
Well, I'm just saying, in my opinion, that I'm wondering if he might be a little overrated.
He just needs a quarterback that can throw to him.
I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of pumped up to see what Cooper Rush. I mean, if
I'm
I was
kind of
Cooper
into
Rush,
this
and
is chance.
I'd be telling CD,
It's coming.
I'm coming to you, dude. I'm
And
coming
if I was
to you.
Cooper Rush, too, I'd be like, open the playbook for me. Like, let's keep this going.
And I'm not, and I have no idea on professional quarterbacks because I've never been one. I don't know one. But do you wonder sometimes they have locker room issues with receivers saying you don't give me the ball enough,
for sure.
you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's been my biggest wonder
That was
with Dak.
with Cooper.
Does he think he has to spread it around? and not
Well,
make the other receivers
when
upset.
Cooper
And
did that last year and Dak targeted him a lot more when it came out that Cooper
yeah,
wasn't happy. And
yeah. Well, I'm saying if I was Cooper Rush, I'd be telling CD better be ready Sunday because the ball's flying your way like
yeah, we'll
crazy.
see.
Because and Michael Gallup, I don't think he's going to play again, but yeah, that was a terrible pick. My Super Bowl pick's
Oh wait,
still on, so
hold on. I forgot.
I'm not too worried about that. So we'll see what happens. Still a lot of football left in the NFL. But yes, I had the bad picks, and you were just itching all week to get to this part. So, like I said, I will personally send you my favorite emoji about 10 times
I
tonight in
can't
a
hear
row.
you.
Right, asshole. I didn't do it this much to you and your 49-point spread cost. Oh, that was a great pick by you.
Oops,
But
sorry.
anyways, yeah,
All right.
we got to get better on our
So
picks.
speaking of getting better on the picks, here you got 3 picks. Here we go.
Well, here's what I brought up some stuff
Let's go undefeated
because
this
I know we're
weekend,
getting
Dad.
late. We're getting late on time.
I'm negative in money.
Real quick, did you see the drunk fan stroll out on the LSU game during
And
the
they
play?
didn't stop him.
Have you seen that video?
Stop him for a while.
No, he just walks out like
And
Forrest
the whole
Gump.
play. The whole play went on. Yeah,
the whole
and
play
then
went,
they
and he's
got
just
him.
and he puts his hands
I did
behind
see
his
that.
back like Forrest
Yeah.
Gump did, and I was like, oh my gosh, they ran the
Yeah.
whole play, and the officer just comes up, he doesn't take
Yeah.
off running, he just stands
Yeah,
there
I
like,
did see that.
what are you doing?
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, that was just a hilarious deal because I was just cracking up because he just walked out there like it was nothing.
You want me to go first?
Now, here, I got one more take for you because I had some notes for you. Did you think that was kind of, I don't know how, like I said, never been a college quarterback, but if you're our quarterback and your coach comes out and says, yeah, we tried to get Charles Thompson to come on here because he's an excellent player. How do you feel about that?
You mean Casey Thompson?
Casey Thompson, sorry. Did I say Charles? Yeah, no, Casey Thompson. Because Brent Venables came out and said, yeah, we tried to get Casey Thompson to come here because we know he's excellent. But why do you bring that up, though? I mean, you got your guy here.
It doesn't bother me.
I thought that was bad taste. I think it's a learning curve for Venables on that. So my first pick of my 3 stars are 2-0, by the way. So I thought about
what is our
keeping.
Records? I lost OU.
Well,
I lost.
I went 1-2 last week.
I think I went 1-2, so we're still tied for 3.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna go to the NFL on my 3-star pick, and I am taking
Dallas Cowboys over the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, dang it! I know I should have wrote this down. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I'll take mine first then.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take Miami over Texas A&M. Texas A&M is actually favored by 6.
So you're taking Miami plus 6. Okay, mine is the Lions over the Washington Commanders. Commanders. I always say the Commodores because of the band. I think they're called the Commodores. So, because I think that was the horrible name for Washington.
They should have just said with Washington football team.
Because come on, Commanders, really? They're really been commanding, haven't they? I just thought it was a weak.
Trash organization.
Have you not heard? Seriously, have you not heard the Commodores thing with Washington on the media and stuff? Oh yeah, you got to look it up because they're all making fun of it, and so they've been saying the Commodores. So, anyways, Lions -1 over Washington. That's my first one.
Okay, you gotta get the next one.
So,
I went first this time.
Oh, okay. My next one is in NCAA, and I am going to take the. Man, I should have wrote this down, huh?
USC over Fresno State.
Yes, that's what it was. Oh, seriously? Yeah, I like USC covering big
Me
time on
too.
that one.
I don't know what I don't know about that.
I know exactly because I was surprised that was only 12, and I'm thinking, man, they've blown out their first two teams. So, and Fresno State's already lost a game.
Here,
So I'm
to make this
taking.
more interesting, I'll let you have the USC, and I'll take Texas over UTSA.
Ooh, I almost went the other way on that one,
Really?
but I
Well, that
but I
makes me want to take it
won't.
back and take USC again.
No, go ahead and take Texas because I don't know if they know who their quarterback's going to
Oh
be.
yeah, I kind of forgot about their quarterback being hurt. Good call.
Man, if you're going to be a better dude, you got to do your
No, I
homework.
would have. I always look when I go to place the bet. I go look at all that stuff. Um,
But my lock is the Lions. I should have said that. So my lock's the Lions. Then I liked USC, and then I'll give you my last one. I have. I should have wrote this down because I saw it.
I'm sticking with the USC, and
I'm gonna blow everybody's
wait,
mind.
my lock is Oklahoma again.
That's
Yeah,
your lock.
11.5 locked in now. I should wait. It's been going down, but as of right now, it's 11.5. I gotta mention something because my cleaner from my old job, Eddie, he is a Kansas fan, and he was talking to me before I had left about how he wanted to bet on the 2.5, like me and you talked about. Kansas, they're gonna beat Duke probably. They have a chance to beat Houston,
Yeah,
and then they're
yeah.
2 games away from making a bowl game.
Well, they just need one more win, and they covered their two and a
I know,
half.
that's what I'm saying. They're gonna beat Duke though to cover that, and then if they beat Houston, that's 4 games. When's the last time Kansas started off 4-0?
That's a great question. Because I was even looking at, I think it was on Fox's Facebook. They said out of conferences who's still undefeated, and I saw
Two
Kansas
and
up
zero, baby.
there,
First time
and I was like,
since
"There's
Eddie told me it was the first
seven
time since
teams."
2010 that they've been 2-0.
Wow, wow. Because I was getting ready to say there's 7 Big 12 teams still undefeated, which is pretty ironic, I think, in a way. I'm taking my lock is or my other pick is Syracuse over Purdue minus one and a
You're
half.
taking an easy outer to 1.5.
Yeah, I didn't really see very many of the
I
games that
don't like
stood
that
out
we're
to me
choosing the
this
same
week.
one. I'm going to take North Texas over.
Who am
We
I
both chose
choosing?
USC.
Um,
I'm scratching that
yeah,
one. I'm taking North Texas. My boys in North Texas, they never let me down. They're actually, who are they playing? Where'd it go? They're playing UNLV, and they are the underdogs by 2.5. So North Texas plus 2.5. So I got it. I'm going to repeat mine. It is. And I already forgot who my first one was.
North Texas,
No, that's the second one. The 3-star was
Miami,
Miami was the first one, and then North Texas plus 2.5, and then
and then OU's your
OU
lock.
minus 11.5. I gotta stop betting on. Yeah,
OU's
I gotta stop betting on OU. Yeah,
OU's your
I said that.
lock.
I can't.
Okay,
I
Lions
can't
is my lock.
talk all that mess that I did earlier and not take OU. So
Yeah, homer pick.
all right, let me get this our ad break. Why'd you make that face? Because we're already
We
done
got
with
it.
the podcast.
We got to. I would have probably brought her in today, but she is down in her back again. So she's just been in a lot of pain the last couple of days. So,
So
but it's Artistry Lash and Brow
yeah,
Bar, where they do lashes and brows and facials and spray tans and
and make you look prettier than what you
everything.
already are. So fellas, if
Yeah,
you're
my
if you're listening to
eyelashes.
this, get your girl a gift card or book her an appointment at Artistry Lash and Brow Bar.
I I promise you won't be disappointed with her. Your wife will eat it up if she gets some
And
lashes.
then, last but not least, we are a family of podcasters. My mom has her own podcast called Lash to Death, where she goes over true crime, and right now we have you confirmed that there's 2 episodes out? I need to look. Just one.
Just
That's what I
one.
thought. I did. I have.
She was gonna do one when we were at the game Saturday, but I
I
don't know
have the
what happened.
notifications on
So.
my phone, and I didn't ever get one that she. I listened to the first one. It was good. She has a very relaxing podcast voice to listen to. So, and
Yeah,
that is the. Is that the end? Have we done everything?
I think so. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
We don't have anything.
worst take was me, I guess.
It
Right?
was 100% you.
Yeah, you'll be getting lots of emojis tonight, and I know you keep your phone on Do Not Disturb. But when you wake up, you're gonna have 20 emojis, and you're lucky I don't do one on the
I
camera right now
can't
for
hear
you.
you. There's people laughing in the
So
background.
maybe you can read lips, asshole.
Oh, that's just a drum roll. I thought it was a real
Peace
phone.
out.
All right, let me play us out.